तेरे पास है ना बैग में रखा बैग का है इधर खत्म होगा तो मैं कैसे लूँगा इधर शुरू हो गया लेकिन जल्दी हो जाएगा कितनी देर जाएगी 20-25 बोलने लगते हैं तो XIM भी सही I'll take 2 minutes. That's good.
With the dawn of innovation like this, the whole world wakes up to the spirit of entrepreneurship. I, Javiani,
and I, Shreya Srivastava,
on behalf of XIM, the entrepreneurship cell of XIM, extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you to the annual entrepreneurship conclave of XIM, Kickstart 2023.
Before we commence with the event, we will have an auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Goddess Saraswati. I would like to invite the honorable speakers and our moderator for the event, Professor Satyendranath Mishra, to kindly light the lamp. I would also request Nirali ma'am to please join us on the stage. Now, I would like to request our dear speakers to kindly accept a token of appreciation contribution in the form of bouquets.
XIM, the entrepreneurship cell of XIM, is committed to advocating entrepreneurial values among aspiring students by providing a platform to scale up their startup ideas. With a history of excellence since its inception in 2012, XIM strives to create an entrepreneurship ecosystem by providing mentorship, practical learning, and simple opportunities to keep budding entrepreneurs motivated. And one such initiative is Kickstart. The all-annual entrepreneurship conclave of XIM aims to provide the students with insights into the startup ecosystem. Parting the experience is the essence of Kickstart, introducing students to the challenging yet exciting world of entrepreneurship.
Before we call our guests to share their journeys, I would like to apprise the audience with the flow of events and some basic hygiene instructions. First, we will have the speakers share their experiences one by one, and after all the speakers have completed, we will have a panel discussion and then open the floor for the audience to ask questions. We will then have concluding remarks by the moderator, followed by the vote of thanks by the coordinator. I would now like to introduce the moderator for the day, Professor Satyendranath Mishra. He is an esteemed faculty from the School of Rural Management and is a proud alumnus of the Institute of Rural Management. His areas of interest include public policy, natural resource management, science, society and institutions, and also has a number of journal publications to his name. Thank you, dear sir, for gracing the event today.
I would like to introduce our first speaker of the day, Ms. Aishwarya Jhawar. Ms. Aishwarya Jhawar is the creator and director of creative affairs at Ekatra Handmade Collective. She is a multidimensional artist who is the driving force behind Ekatra's entire design philosophy. Ekatra is a sustainable lifestyle company which was featured on the second season of Shark Tank. Products from Ekatra are created from recycled and repurposed materials like plastic bottles, paper scraps, and fabrics. The company sells a variety of goods such as gift baskets, purses, and stationery. In order to help homemakers and craftsmen develop new abilities and make a living, Ekatra also offers skill training to them. I would like to request Ms. Aishwarya Jhawar to share your journey.
my mother and co-creator of Kickstart, and I am her proud daughter, Ishwara. While my educational background, by my educational background, I'm an urban planner. I did my undergrad from Srishti Institute of Art, Design and Technology. And for my thesis, I had to travel to a small town in Bihar. It's a very small town in Karnataka where they're essentially trying to develop it for tourism. So for my thesis project, I had to get into the depth of the livelihood of the people who were living there. We had to go into their houses, get into mundanes of detail, understand how their day looks like, what are they working on. It was only then when women in that town, they started opening up to us. They showed us their handmade recipe journals, kashidas that they had done, handmade dresses that they made for their kids. And that was then when it stuck to me like a lightning bolt that these guys are amazing at what they do. So I placed my project around that only because I was an urban planner, I developed an experiential center where tourists who are going to come to this town can experience the real heritage, not just what is seen on the outside, but also what is the depth of the layers inside the houses. So that is where I placed my project. I met a woman named Bindiya there, where she handed me this note that said, आज ऐसा लग रहा है कि हम में भी कुछ बात है, and it stays with me till now. And that is when it was a feeling that never left me. कि इन लोगों के पास में इतना talent है, time है, but कुछ platform नहीं है. I moved on, I went to Leh, Uttarakhand, worked on creating projects, developed a lot of cafes, more experiential centers, only to identify that there was a constraining pattern all along. A lot of these communities, irrespective of the caste and whatever background they're coming from, all of these women, they had a lot of time and talent which was going underutilized. And then I connected those dots back to my hometown. In fact, where even my mother and grandmother had a lot of time, talent, but again, no platform. That is how we started Ekatra. First pillar of Ekatra was established there. My first lesson was through this journey that don't we see, observe. As I mentioned that I was an urban planner, I moved to Pune. I started working there. I took up a job as a space designer, worked as a co-creator for a multi-design firm. It was never in my plan that I would take Ekatra as a full-time career. I never thought that I could make money out of it. It was only when Fab India identified us and they gave us a huge order. And that is when we understood, okay, this is going to take up a lot of my time and energy. And that is how we started, giving out more resources in Ekatra. That is when we started establishing, okay, if we are going to build an organization, what are we going to base it around? First, as I mentioned, was women empowerment. Second, I come from a sustainability school because Srishti talks a lot about how are you going to change the world, what difference are you going to make. So that is where our second pillar came in. Developing sustainable alternatives of your ordinary products. And third, because being a designer, I have to be very intentional and conscious of what I'm going to be offering to my consumers. So that these are three key pillars that we established our entire organization on. My lesson 2 was here. Some solutions don't require creation of a problem, just smart execution. Then we worked around developing an entire range of products, like what is going to do well in the market, tested with different clients. In just 1.5 years, we were working with Fabrica, Google, offering them different kind of options for their different needs. It was only in 2022 when Shark Tank happened. My mom, she saw that form on Sony TV or somewhere, and she was like, apply करो. मैं बोला मम्मा optimistic होना चाहिए, पर इतना भी नहीं कि apply करो Shark Tank के लिए. We were just at 2-3 lakhs of sale, no experience, no exposure, no industry groundbreaking product. But then again, you also know mummy logic, or she gave me some mummy logic, and of course I applied for Shark Tank. So we cleared first round. It was 9th of July. We cleared first round. We got a second call for Delhi audition. These guys told us that you've been invited for the Delhi audition. Come down in 10 days. My mom was like, she was standing there and she was like, "मैं तो गाता हो जाएगा." So we prepped. We thought, अच्छा ठीक है, चलो फोन कर लेते हैं. And the second round was about 26 pages long of file. I thought कि ये तो काफी ज़्यादा time and resource लेने वाला है. And these guys are asking about numbers and all those terms that hadn't been figured out yet. So mom said कि चलो you just can't defy your mothers. उन्होंने कहा करो. And that form also required us to make a video. जिसकी कोई मुझे अगर वो आज video देखे तो कोई 10 रुपए भी नहीं देगा वो video देखने के बाद. So then again cleared that, got a call for Delhi audition. We went there, we did our pitch. There were few mini sharks. Those guys understood our product, our business model, what are we trying to do. And then while we were wrapping up our pitch, those two mini sharks, they were talking about themselves. And then they started picking our products. Those guys, they purchased products from us right there. And mom and I were looking at each other, boss, हम national television पे जा रहे हैं. It was that minute that the realization came to us कि ये पसंद आ गया है, and there are very high chances कि ये होने वाला है. So then, of course, we got to know these guys recorded this for Mumbai audition, and they only gave us 15 days to prepare. That was my third lesson here. Because being a very small business, we were living a dream that we hadn't even dreamt by then. So that was my third lesson, that don't think small. Went to Bombay, did all those researches. All my friends and families, they wore so many hats. My father watched every possible episode of Shark Tank. We circulated around Google Sheets where people would write down questions, anything and everything that was possibly done, did our numbers well. हमने अगर क्या शुरू हुआ अगर पैनिक में आ गया तो बिजनेस भी बंद करवा सकता है. तो हम लोग थॉट्स को लेके आगे चलते ठीक है देखेंगे. And that was my next lesson, because what we did in Delhi that made me understand that no matter how many salespeople you get, the founder has to know how to sell their product well. And at the same time, when we got the call from the Shark Tank team for the Mumbai audition, same time Netflix approached us. And because I am a baniya, I had calculated from both the LSP deal मिलेगी मुझे पता नहीं, पर Netflix की deal अभी मिल रही है, तो ये तो साथ में करना ही पड़ेगा. It's not like I had a choice to choose in either of them. So we were stuck between two very different worlds. One was to prepare. We did never face any investors. We've never done any pitches. So one was कि आपको national television पे जाना है, तो उससे पहले जो preparation लगेगी. And second was that you got a good client that you want to cater to. So we thought that we'll do it all, and our team took up those responsibilities. By then, we were only 23 women who were working with us, and these are women who don't come from a luxurious background. They come from many humble backgrounds who can't afford domestic help. So what Ekatra does is, we train these homemakers, and they take product and they work in the luxury of their houses. So everybody in the team wore different hats. As I mentioned, everybody was doing everything that was under possible. So ऐसा नहीं होता कि founders का सिर्फ एक ही काम होता है. Everybody had to do everything. While we were preparing for our Shark Tank pitch, we understood कि जिनकी कहानी हम सुनाने जा रहे हैं, it would be ideal अगर कोई अपनी कहानी सुनाए तो. So we took two of our head artisans, respectively Arshi and Anjum, along with us. We took them along because ये हमारे लिए बड़ी बात थी, पर हमारी टीम के लिए तो ये और ज़्यादा बड़ी बात थी. These are people who have not even experienced or trained journey, let alone a C or a B weeks together. So we took them along, and sharks were so happy to meet them, because to tell you that the purpose that we're trying to fit here is larger and a lot more greater than just the numbers that we were trying to sell there. These are people who've had very humble backgrounds of working in BD factories or not just working for 50 rupees a day, and then to do all that, तो हमें समझ में आ गया कि बॉस इनके लिए डील लेके आनी है, आपको कुछ भी करके. So they kept us in a hotel for 5 days, did all our preparations, going back and forth rehearsals, trying to create that pressure, and moment चीजें change कर देना, just doing everything, not giving us food also on time, so that you feel that gut feeling, everything is raunchy. And then when we, is that so as they tell you कि वो 12-14 minutes का episode होता है, it is not that. They grill you for good 2 hours. They do that. They're going to understand the founder in and out, और वो पैसा actually business पे लगाते ही नहीं है. वो पैसा founder में लगाते हैं कि इनमें हिम्मत है नहीं है. So we got there for 2 hours.
ब्रांडिंग आपकी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है, आप बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है.
आप डिसीजन दे दीजिए बस. Yes, let's have a deal.
ब्रांडिंग आपकी काफी.
So yes, we got the deal. And this ending note, I truly believe that if you get into the details of things, like if you know the details of your product, your process, your passion, it is not a difficult process to crack. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your beautiful journey and your values towards the I would like to welcome the next speaker for the day, Mr. Sivashish Devratna. From United Kingdom to India, his journey is a testament to sheer brilliance and determination. As a co-founder of 90 Tech Labs and Alpha Toller, he has emerged as a trailblazer in the dynamic world of technology. Yet, his contributions extend far beyond the corporate sphere. With a compassionate heart, he is deeply involved in leading education initiatives in rural India, bridging gaps and offering opportunities through knowledge. His academic achievements continue to shine brightly. At 90 Tech Labs, he spearheads innovation, serving as a true beacon of inspiration for all. So, I would like to call you on stage.
So today, all of you guys, what's your future plan? Before I tell about myself, I'd like to hear about all of you guys. So you must have thought about something like either a job or a startup or somewhere in between, maybe dreams to go to US or India or do something in Odisha. What is the major thing? Like, who all are interested in doing a job? Just raise your hands. Okay. Job in India or abroad? Oh, very good. That's very impressive. Okay. Now, who all of you are interested in startups? So you want to join a startup as an employee, or you want to start your own? Start your own. You're already working on it. Anybody is working on it? None. Okay. Let me start. I'll first give you a brief background about myself. So, I've been like a continuous topper with my brain, with my idea that I'll be a topper, take a job, do something, maybe to UK or US. So all was well planned. So imagine a school topper, Odisha JEE rank 2, 12th class 16th rank, IIT Kharagpur. So I did all the dots, I joined it perfectly right. Got my first job, Dassault Systems. So from there, I thought I should get into risk management. Suddenly in 2007, I felt that risk management and investment banking is something which is very, very attractive. So I'm telling you about the confusion and everything so that you guys learn about it. Okay. So in 2007, 2008, when the world was getting into the financial problems, it was the downtime. That was the time when I actually shifted to investment banking. Somebody told me actually that if you are the guy who can sustain in a crash, then you will rise like a phoenix. So I said, let me try. So I got into risk management. That was where I got my opportunity in UK. I worked for Royal Bank of Canada. That was a brief period in UK. From there, I got an opportunity in Middle East, in Dubai. So a boutique investment bank. So I started working there. 2014, after I've done pretty well. I'm a very good horse actually, and if I get a good track, I start running like hell. So no doubt, I know in management, many of you are already prepared. Okay, boss, this is the track, and we have to run. So once I started that, and I joined as an associate, and in 4 years, I became the director of risk management. So I did pretty well. In 2014, then after almost 10 years of experience, what happened was there were some family issues for which I had to come to Odisha. That was the time when I felt I always wanted to do something of my own. Entrepreneurship streak was always there. In IIT Kharagpur, I was head of the design team, the illumination team, I was head of the literary events. I had done so many things, but somewhere with the job and with the politics and all the things that went together, somewhere I was actually not enjoying it. In 2014, when I came here, I stayed here for 3 months to 6 months. I belong to Berhampur. Okay. So in Berhampur, when I stayed there, then I felt that I have to do something different. So there actually was the major change which came in. So when I came back, I thought, first of all, it was a difficult decision to take to come from right away from Dubai to Berhampur. Even Bhubaneswar would have been fine. Going to Berhampur was a bit difficult situation. So there, I went there, I thought what to do. My brother is a doctor, elder brother. I thought I'd support him in his hospital. But then, कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा था, didn't feel कि क्या करूं. मैंने गोपालपुर में ढाबा शुरू किया. ठीक है. So suddenly investment banking, everything suddenly ढाबा. But that was actually a game changer. That gave me जो ego रहता है ना सबका, that I'm this, I'm that, I'm pass out from XIM, I'm going to some big firm. That is actually the thing which brings you down. जिस दिन तुम ये समझ लो ना कि कोई भी बंदा आ रहा है 10 रुपए का बिजनेस हो, एक बिरयानी 130 रुपए या 500 रुपए का चीज या 5 लाख का चीज. If you can treat everybody as like, then you understand you are into it. You can pay your bill. That was a game changer. वहाँ से मैंने एक छोटा सा एक CBSE बोर्ड स्कूल शुरू किया था. The concept was actually that everybody is coming to Bhubaneswar or the rural guys are coming to urban places for a school. So I wanted to test it कि अगर एक अच्छा स्कूल गांव में जाए तो क्या हो सकता है? What can be the change? and it was really good results. Even in villages, they are happy to give you like 800 to 1000 per month for a student, for a CBSE board school. And 800 to 1000 is very less अगर यहाँ पे देखा जाए, but गांव के लिए it is very good. Take the local teachers and you can change the scenario. That works there. वहाँ से थोड़ा सा मजा आया तो फिर देखा कि I started commerce college in Adaba. Adaba is actually an Naxalite infested area. 2015 में Naxals जब खाली हो गए थे थोड़ा. I thought that is an opportunity. Why don't I try that? And you will be surprised. All of this I am telling you. तुम्हें लग रहा होगा कि मैं भर के पैसा ला के यहाँ पे डाल के कर रहा हूँ. There is nothing. All of these are very bootstrapped. I mean, even if you guys can afford it, if you really want to. So those are so bootstrapped, and the initial investment for the school and college was hardly 5 to 10 lakhs. क्योंकि बिल्डिंग किसी से लिया था, सिर्फ आइडिया चाहिए था. Okay. So that went on. फिर उसके बाद थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम ये रहा कि my wife and my kids they wanted to come to Bhubaneswar. इनको लगा कि यार मल्टीप्लेक्स भी नहीं है बरमपुर में, so कहीं पे थोड़ा सा बीच का लेवल आना चाहिए. So I thought okay fine. So those things are going on. I came to Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar में then I started playing around कि क्या-क्या चीजें entrepreneurship में कर सकता हूँ and what are my passion. So I have failed in a few things. I've done pretty good in a few other things. कभी मैंने सोच के प्लान किया था कि मुझे क्या करना है. So guys, I'm telling you everything, पूरा मेरा confusion and everything, so that you understand कि कहाँ पे तुम लोग भी यही सब face करोगे going forward. So have a learning कि क्या-क्या face कर सकते हो और कैसे तुम्हें cross करना चाहिए. So imagine I started here. I started an IT company called Techopers. Very well, immediately Middle Eastern contacts, business आने लगा, did pretty well. Within 6 months, like $1 lakh का business आ चुका था, and hardly with 4 employees, so it was pretty profitable. वहाँ पे मेरा problem हुआ with the partner. So कभी भी तुम लोग startup करते हो, first and foremost thing, the co-founder. In the case of ma'am, the mom, so that was perfectly fine. Co-founder has to be really a like-minded guy and somebody जिसको तुम respect देते हो कि वो team में तुम्हारा member है and is indispensable. उसके अलावा तुम जिसको भी लाओगे, अगर ऐसा बंदा जो कि जॉब कर रहा है तुम्हें बोल रहा है भाई मैं साइड में सपोर्ट कर दूंगा, it doesn't work. Seriously it doesn't. और ऐसा बंदा जो भी बोल रहा है कि यार मैं बिल्कुल पैसा नहीं डालूंगा, मैं सारा कर दूँ, ठीक है, then at least you're coming in, quit your job and do it completely. मतलब somewhere you have to see कि like-minded है और वो बंदा suppose तुम tech vertical देख रहे हो, business vertical देख रहा है, marketing देख रहा है, so everybody should have the predefined role और एक के बिना दूसरा ये घर जैसे supporting pillars हैं सब. अगर वही करते हो तभी चलता है. उस केस में मेरी भूल गलती थी. So takeovers जब peak चल रहा था, I had issue with my co-founder. फिर मैंने सोचा कि नहीं ठीक है, let me do one thing. I'll break up my business into 2-3 things जो कि मैं फिर plan up करता हूँ कि according to my passion and according to my choices it runs. एक Alpha to Life financial consulting बनाया जो कि आज के दिन पे is doing pretty good. It does financial consulting for Middle Eastern companies for risk management and other things. एक और एक वर्टिकल बनाया मेरा जो स्पेस था रियल I thought why not I share it with others and co-working space. So I started with 2-3 seats and अभी के अगर आप देखोगे तो it is one of the biggest co-working spaces in Bhubaneswar. तो that also went on the side. तो ऐसे कई चीजें साथ में कर सकते हो. मैंने एक प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किया. We launched a product called Mind Focus. Mind Focus was an apartment management product. Again, ये जो product launch किया, I was very confident there is a market gap that I will do it and सब study किया था. हम लोग 2016-17 में प्लान बनाए, but फिर लगा कि नहीं किसी और को पहले देख लेते हैं यूज केस बनाएगा, तो हम लोग को पता चल जाएगा कि मार्केट में डिमांड है या नहीं. This was our biggest mistake. जो उस जगह पे माइंड गेट अड्डा एंड नॉट मेनी पीपल एक्चुअली वो जब आए और हम लोग उसे वो टाइम या when you launch a product there is hardly any time you have in your hand. तुमने प्लान बनाया मतलब immediately you have to implement. But still it went on well. फिर कोविड आ गया. कोविड में I had a huge marketing team which I had to actually pay them and burn them. वो खत्म हुआ फिर मैंने 3 क्लाइंट्स कवर किए थे. सेकंड कोविड वेव आ गया. तो ये सब होने के बाद फिर सॉफ्टवेयर में आई वाज वेरी फीलिंग वेरी डाउन एंड आई हैड अ वेरी गुड पार्टनर. हम लोग सोचे कि यार अब क्या करें, इसको और बर्न करें, क्या करें, गो टू VCs, वी आर टॉकिंग टू द VCs बट नथिंग वाज fructifying. फिर हमने और एक डिसीजन किया, ठीक है यार एक प्रोडक्ट को हमने जीरो से लेके प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च तक, मार्केटिंग से लेके, फीडबैक से लेके, VC से लेके हमने पूरा प्रोडक्ट देख लिया. Why don't we take this as a case study and now we go to companies and say that boss ये हम कर सकते हैं तुम्हारे लिए भी कर देंगे. ठीक है. So that actually started as consulting model. तो उसको लेके हम पहुंचे. There's a company called Cure which is doing pretty good in Bhubaneswar. So Cure said that okay they wanted to start their operations here. They have a team, development team in Chennai. They have the bosses in Delhi. So they said they want someone in Bhubaneswar to पूरा चीज रन कर ले. Okay boss. अब startup entrepreneur तो बन गया. मैं अपने लिए करूँ, आपके लिए करूँ, वो भी entrepreneurship किया. So that way it started. I did for Cure. तो अभी last 1-2 साल, so मैं अभी महेश से भी बात कर रहा था. So I was telling Mahesh that there is always a founder bias. Okay. So what happens is any founder, whatever he thinks of an idea, he feels that is the best idea और इसके बिना दुनिया चल नहीं सकती. So this is called a founder bias. अब मेरा बैकग्राउंड है फिनटेक, मैं फाइनेंस वाला बंदा हूँ. मुझे हर चीज में मुझे दिखता है कि यार इसमें पैसा बनना चाहिए, इसमें नहीं बनना चाहिए, एक स्टॉप लॉस होना चाहिए, उसके ऊपर anybody who does trading will understand all this. तो मैं एक ट्रेडर की तरह सोचता हूँ. अब ट्रेडर और फाउंडर बायस कंप्लीटली ऑपोजिट है. तो इसलिए मुझे दोनों हैंड पहन के चलाना पड़ता है. बट उसका पॉजिटिव साइड ये है कि मैं जब फंडिंग के लिए किसी के पास जाता हूँ, पीपल बिलीव इट टू मी बिकॉज दे नो दैट ये अपना रिसर्च करके आया है. ये अगर बोल रहा है ROI है, ये अगर बोल रहा है कि ये चीज बेसलाइंस है, दैट मींस है. वरना मैं मानने जाऊंगा ही नहीं बिकॉज आई कैन नॉट बी प्रूवन रॉन्ग बाय समबडी. तो ये फाउंडर बायस, ये दिस इज द ओनली थिंग व्हिच समवेयर आप लोग जॉब भी करते हो ना, दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच विल कम टू यू स्लोली, दैट कैसे अनबायस्ड होकर भी काम करना पड़ता है. सो अभी राइट नाउ कमिंग बैक टू करंट सिचुएशन, सारा तो बैकग्राउंड बता दिया. करंट आई एम अ कंसल्टेंट, I'm a mentor. I have companies which have paid, because of which I have a lot of experience. I have a co-working which is doing pretty well. I have a portfolio, my trading portfolio, which along with all this has sustained me for supporting all other companies. तो कहीं पे ये सब चीजों को मैंने ऐसे डाइवर्सिफाई करके रखा है. So this has helped me in actually running a successful life. और मेरा definition of success ये नहीं है कि मतलब again that is what you say subjective. My definition of success is मेरा life एक comfortable level पे होना चाहिए और मैं जो चाहता हूँ मैं वो कर सकता हूँ. That is actually my definition of success. If I am today, I can come here and meet you guys. मैं लास्ट संडे भी आया हुआ था. सो इफ आई एम एबल टू गिव टाइम हियर, मैं कल छुट्टी ले लूंगा मैं भी, ठीक है, बिकॉज इट्स माय कंपनी, सो आई कैन टेक सम टाइम आउट एंड गिव इट टू माय फैमिली. तो मुझे ये लगता है कि सक्सेस आप पैरामीटर्स जैसे सबका डेफिनेशन अलग है, बट व्हाट आई जेन्युइनली फील इज यू आर डूइंग व्हाट यू आर पैशनेट अबाउट, यू आर गेटिंग मनी एंड योर लाइफ इज कंफर्टेबल. दैट इज एक्चुअली इसमें मैं एंड करने से पहले और एक चीज ऐड करूंगा. There is a term nowadays everybody is using is FIRE. Have you guys heard of it? Financially independent and retire early. ये टर्म थोड़ा सा डेंजरस टर्म है. So in case anybody is thinking on those lines, I would really like to advise one thing. Retirement is a very again a subjective area. ठीक है. अब मैं देखा गया था, मैं 34 years में रिटायर करके वापस आ गया था जॉब से. But does that mean I'm retired now? No, I'm doing my own. So retirement is a very subjective topic. So ये जो फायर के जो YouTube सब में वीडियोस छोड़ के ये लोग शेयर कर रहे हैं, don't even think on those lines. What I will say is, it is fine. You should be financially independent. अभी से तुम लोग अपना portfolio ये वो मतलब think on the financial lines. Financial literacy होना चाहिए. You know that how do you start your job, तुम्हें कैसे अपना manage करना है finances, so that by 35-40 you can do what you are interested in. But retire early, वो definition is nothing which I support actually. It keeps on going. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing this wonderful journey. Your inputs and insights were truly valuable.
Our last speaker for the day is Dr. Manisha Acharya. Dr. Manisha is currently the CEO of the Center of Innovation and Incubation at the Utkal University, Bhubaneswar. She has nearly 2 decades of combined experience in diverse fields spanning research, corporate sector, incubation and innovation management. She has also worked as the CEO of one of the largest agri-tech business incubators, Indigram Labs Foundation, which is supported by DSC, Government of India. In April 2023, she was awarded Odisha's Women Leaders title by the World Women Leadership Congress, CMO Global. She has also been awarded the Best CEO under the Incubator category by ICFA in 2018. Ma'am, may I please request you to kindly come up and encourage your audience with your inspiring words.
Hello everyone. Good morning. And I will give you some brief my introduction and my background. Currently, I am the project director in Ernst & Young for the Startup Odisha project. I am from a very small town from that is Baripada. You must know the Mayurbhanj district. I did my schooling and up to graduation from Baripada. Then I did my MSc from Bhubaneswar, Utkal University. Then I got a fellowship from Bhubaneswar Institute of Paleobotany. There I did my PhD. And after that, I was engaged with a multinational company for the botanical and nutraceutical product for sourcing and quality control. Since 2011, I am engaged in this technology business incubator, the business incubation team. So if you see my journey, I'm from a very small background, means that it is a vernacular medium school. I did my schooling from there, but from vernacular medium school to then MSc, then PhD, and fortunately I got the fellowship from Oxford, British High Commission Fellowship, Savings Fellowship from Oxford University. I'd like to share my experience for the yes, and I also during 2022 I selected as out of 75 women in STEM by British High Commission and Principal Scientific Advisor of Government of India. They have selected 75 women, so I was one of them, and I also wrote I wrote one book to step-by-step process how sapling, the incubator will. These are some words that I'm just keeping these things. Yeah. So my journey so far is a startup enabler. You must have, there are two entrepreneurs, they told their story. Now I am telling about my story about a startup enabler. So since 2011, I joined KIT TBI, KIT Technology Business Incubator, as a senior incubation manager. When I joined, there were only 3 startups there, and we have some on the funding support from DST, Government of India. When I joined, I thought how to encourage the students for this entrepreneurship line. And that time means all the now we are very fortunate that all the faculty members are encouraging you people to be an entrepreneur or to this line. तभी तो एकदम बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुश्किल था, मतलब फैकल्टीज तब बोल रहे थे कि हम क्यों छोड़े स्टूडेंट को इस लाइन में, उनको क्या फायदा होगा. So we started one business plan competition Innovio. During 2011 June के month में July के month में I think I visited almost every colleges in the all Khurda districts. पूरा सारे कॉलेज को मैं खुद विजिट की थी कि स्टूडेंट को बिजनेस प्लान कंपटीशन में आप पार्टिसिपेट करने दो. बहुत सारी जगह में मुझे बोले थे कि इसमें फायदा क्या है, हमारे बच्चे क्यों ये सब करेंगे, हमारे बच्चे क्यों नहीं जॉब करेंगे. So we really faced a lots of problem to convince the students, convince the teachers to be an entrepreneur or to even to participate in the business plan competition. But we did since 2011 to 2016 we did annual business plan competition. उसमें काफी सारे student join किए. Gradually year by year हमारे number of student business plan competition join करना बढ़ता गया. And when I left KIT Technology Business Incubator, from three startups to 100 startup हो गए थे. So in 2016 December I resigned from KIT TBI. Then there I one startup I can want to mention, that is FARI. Everybody heard about FARI? FARI? Yeah. So I mentored that startup very closely, and that 3 students from KIT University, and their office that time their office was in Said Nagar. वो जो विकलानंद का जो है ना शॉप, उसके ऊपर एक छोटा सा ऑफिस था. Now you will see the office in Noida. I think there are more than 500 employees are there working in only Noida office, and they have office all over the world. उन लोग सब, but one good thing is that उनके जो अभी सर ने बताया कि co-founder होना, उनके जो तीनों हैं जो फाउंडर co-founder है, उन लोग का जो bonding है, that is really you want to see, and that is the reason why they are successful. Yes, actually that is the reason. उन लोग जो मिल के जो काम कर रहे हैं अभी तक, and they are very down to earth. They know the value of time, they know the value of money. So उनको साथ अभी तक बेस्ट टच में हूँ, और उनको जो मेंटरिंग की थी, that was the best experience of mine as an entrepreneur, to mentor as one entrepreneur. Then 2017 में I moved to Delhi. I joined a technology business incubator, which is agri and food focused incubator, which is also supported by DST, DBT, Ministry of MSME, all the ministries. That is Indigram Last Foundation. If you see, there is a difference between two here in Odisha and the Delhi NCR region. वहाँ पर मैं देखी most of the startups who joined the Indigram Last Foundation, which is an incubator, are from very strong educational background, like from IIT, IIM, from those background, and with some years of 2 years, 3 years job experience. They were really doing good. But most of the startup from Indigram Last Foundation, if you see, they got the follow-on funding. हमारे maximum startup को follow-on funding मिला था, and that is the reason during 2019 we got the best emerging technology business incubator award from Government of India. So, and one thing that I observed, the most of the startup there, when they give the presentation to investors, their way to give the presentation, that is different. what startups are giving here in Odisha. That confidence level is different. So that is what I object, and it is not like that our startup from Odisha, they are lacking in their ideas or anything. They हमारे यहाँ के startup लोगों के पास भी बहुत ही अच्छा ideas है. Only thing is we need to know कि बाहर की दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है, वो investors को क्या चाहिए, and gradually it is changing. I will come to my experience, then I will tell that things also. Then during 2021. Utkal University, they asked me to establish their incubation center. They told me if it is possible that please come back to Odisha and establish our incubation center. As I am the analyst of Utkal University, I thought, okay, let me see and I do their things. So 2021 September, I joined as a CEO Utkal University, the Center for Innovation and Incubation Utkal University. There are lots of challenges were there that I don't want to discuss here. And after 1 year, I just left there. In the meantime, I founded my own organization, that is Winners Forum. Winners, it is women entrepreneurs and winners, that both the combination, that's why we named it the Winners Forum. Actually, we thought that, as per my experience, if we will help our women startups properly and we will give them a women investor also, all women mentors also, they will excel. And there should be one forum where our women startup can discuss freely. So with that motivation, we established this Winners Forum. And इसमें not only we have already, it is a pan-India basis, and we are supporting the from North. Another thing is not only helping the women startup, we have to girl students. So during 2022, around 75 girl students from different parts of India, they got that entrepreneurship education. And this year, around 350 girl students, they got that entrepreneurship education from different parts of India. Here I would like to mention one orphanage in Kalamandi. They joined this thing. And आप believe नहीं करोगे, उनके वहाँ पर लाइव भी नहीं होता है, but वो join जरूर करते थे. उनका ये चीज एक्चुअली आई टोल्ड देम, मैं पर्सनली वहाँ जाऊंगी, मैं 1 वीक डेफिनेटली उनके साथ में बिताऊंगी. उनका जो एक था कि नहीं हमें भी कुछ सीखना है, वो लड़कियों से मैंने बात की थी, वो मुझे बोले थे मैडम आप हमें सिखाएंगे तो हम तो कुछ तो कर लेंगे. वो चीजें जो था उनके अंदर, अभी भी मैं जब उनके चीजों में सोचती हूँ मुझे थोड़ा गुदगम्स हो जाती है कि कुछ तो करना है. वो बच्चों में भी कुछ करने के लिए हिम्मत है, तो क्यों नहीं हम लोग कुछ कर सकते हैं. जो कि ऑर्फनेज है, उनके पेरेंट्स नहीं है, उन लोग ऑर्फनेज है, तब भी उन लोग कुछ करने के लिए हिम्मत कर पा रहे हैं, तो हम क्यों नहीं सपोर्ट करें. तो माय एम इज टू गिव द entrepreneurship education at least 5,000 girl students till 2025. ये मेरा बच्चों को करना है. और ये मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ कि जो बच्चे मतलब अच्छे स्कूल का मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग हैं जहाँ उन लोगों को मिल रहा है. I want to do from the students where they are not getting, like our interior part of Odisha, you can say Northeast, Himachal Pradesh, Ladakh, and the Uttarakhand. Those are the areas where the students are not getting. I am already in touch with different schools. तो ये मेरा एक अपने ऊपर मैं ली हूँ कि नहीं मुझे तो करना ही, चाहे मैं जो भी करूँ, बट ये चीजें तो मुझे पूरा करनी ही है. That and presently I am also director in Ernst & Young. We are the knowledge partner of Startup Odisha. यहाँ पर हम लोग besides that as a director I am also into the different other Ernst & Young का हम लोग काफी जगह के जो स्टार्टअप, जैसे स्टार्टअप एमपी में भी हम लोग हैं नॉलेज पार्टनर, स्टार्टअप उत्तराखंड में है, स्टार्टअप हिमाचल प्रदेश में है, स्टार्टअप राजस्थान में है, तो स्टार्टअप एमपी में सबको भी मैं थोड़ा काफी चीजें में इन्वॉल्व हूँ. बट हियर आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन कि हमारे जो यहाँ पर जो स्टार्टअप उड़ीसा में काफी सारी चीजें भी आ रही है. देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ स्कीम्स आर कमिंग. यस्टरडे ओनली the launching of the Odisha Startup Growth Fund will happen, and it was the fund. We signed an MOU with the who is the fund manager for this fund of fund. And in Startup Odisha also there are many schemes who to help the startups from Odisha. And that new policy will come also very soon, and a lot of changes and lots of new things will also come in the new policy. ये जो अभी जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं, आपको अगर प्रोटोटाइप के डेवलप के लिए आपके पास मतलब मंथली फी भी आपको मिलेगा. So there are many schemes. So it is my request to students and entrepreneurs, अगर आपको कुछ भी आइडिया है, if you want to be an entrepreneur, be registered with Startup Odisha. आपको काफी सारे फायदे मिलेंगे. You will get a lots of mentoring support, lots of funding support, and besides that, lots of connection. That is what we require. During October first week, we will do one our annual investor summit where we will invite different investors from different part of India. So around 50 startups will shortlist, and who will give the teaching to the investors, and then again 20 startups will be final shortlist. So there are many. What I like to mention, and presently Startup Odisha, the Startup Yatra and Startup Express is also going on. That is, Startup Yatra is for the college students, where they will submit their ideas. Van is going on, and Startup Express, it is the for school children. So here I would like to mention my journey from the kid TBI to present in the Startup Odisha. Lots of changes have happened. So उस समय तो कुछ भी नहीं था, लोग समझते नहीं थे, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप क्या है समझते नहीं थे, स्टार्टअप क्या है समझते नहीं थे, टीचर्स बोलते थे क्या फायदा. बट नाउ थिंग्स हैव चेंज. आप लोगों के लिए अभी अगर आप बोलेंगे, आप लोगों के लिए समवन हैज टू बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, लॉट्स ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज, lots of schemes from central government also. If you see, there are different schemes. People can understand. सोसाइटी एक्सेप्टेंस, जो एक्सेप्टेंस रेट अभी काफी बढ़ गया है. मैट्रिमोनियल में भी लिख रहे हैं कि स्टार्टअप सीईओ वो भी आ गया है, तो कोई चिंता नहीं है. भी आपका अगर अच्छा आइडिया है, आप जरूर कुछ कर सकते हो. आप one thing is I like to mention this thing कि bring an innovative idea, don't copy paste. अगर कॉपी पेस्ट भी कर रहे हो तो थोड़ा सा मतलब if some idea you derive from the Bangalore and you want to do your work here in Bhubaneswar, उस लोकल ये में कैसे चलेगा उसको थोड़ा देखो क्या है, because every market is different, every जो कस्टमर का जो माइंडसेट है वो डिपेंड होता है. तो आप लोग ये जरूर देखो कि वो कस्टमर क्या चाहता है कस्टमर. बट बी इनोवेटिव. इनोवेशन इज the key point. चाहे मतलब I'm not saying you need to bring only the products. सर्विस में भी innovation हो सकता है. So bring something new, some newness should be there. Then definitely that will work. And you must know the pain point of a customer. Customer को समझो. End of the day हमें किसको खुशी करना है, कस्टमर को भी खुशी करना है, तभी जाके हमारे कंपनी चलेगा. So we need to know our customer. Who are your target customers? उनका क्या पेन पॉइंट है. तो इसी को अगर आप लेके चलोगे तो डेफिनेटली थिंग्स विल गो ऑन. मैं 2-3 चीजें बोलना चाहती हूँ जो कि मैं हमेशा सबको बोलती हूँ, मैं अपने को भी बोलती हूँ. नथिंग इज इम्पॉसिबल. ये लाइन मुझे मेरे बॉस से, जो मैं एक मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी में काम कर रही थी, वो यूएस में जो मेरे बॉस थे, वो मुझे एवरी डे ही वर्क टेलिंग मी. क्योंकि मुझे मैं जब ज्वाइन की, मेरा रिसर्च बैकग्राउंड से जब एमएनसी को ज्वाइन किया, आई वाज टोटली डिडंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट बिजनेस. मुझे एवरी डे, बिकॉज आवर दैट टाइम फ्रॉम दैट कंपनी आवर कस्टमर्स आर वर्ल्ड वाइड एंड वेंडर्स आर वर्ल्ड वाइड. मुझे वो दिक्कत होती थी सारे वो चीज़ों को ठीक करना. तो एवरी डे ही वाज टेलिंग मी कि नथिंग इज इम्पॉसिबल. It takes time, but nothing is impossible. ये मेरे दिमाग में अभी तक एक जो इम्प्रिंट हो गया है. And I am telling to each and everyone, nothing is impossible. टाइम लग सकता है, but होगा जरूर. आप और लगन में, if you are doing something with a passion, जरूर होगा. थोड़ा टाइम लग सकता है, कुछ चीजों में कुछ टाइम लगता है, but that must be definitely happen. And believe in yourself. आप अपने ऊपर भरोसा रखो. आप कुछ कर सकते हो. हमें हर किसी के पास समथिंग इज देयर. गॉड, जो भगवान हमें यहाँ भेजे हैं वो ऐसे नहीं भेजे हैं. हमारे सबके पास कुछ यूनिकनेस है. उस यूनिकनेस को आप पहचानो, आप उसी को यूज करो. डेफिनेटली विल अचीव And last one, dream while away and make the single goal to achieve it. आप अगर एक चीज समझे कि नहीं मुझे यही गोल आई वांट टू अचीव दिस गोल एंड डे एंड नाइट सोचो कि नहीं मुझे किस तरह से इसको अचीव करना है, अपने मन प्राण से अगर करोगे ना मुझे ये अचीव करना है, पूरी दुनिया आपके साथ लग जाएगा उस अचीवमेंट को आप अचीव कराने के लिए, ये आप बिलीव करो। एंड थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your wonderful and inspiring journey with all of us. Your words have been truly inspirational for each of us present in the auditorium today.
We would now like our moderator, Satyendra sir, to take over and start with the most awaited panel discussion.
I will thank all the speakers, Ashwarya, Sirasi, Manisha, for sharing their insights. Very interestingly, at the end, Manisha talked about understanding the customer. So I don't know how many of you have read Rucker or heard of name Rucker? Only a few, 2-3 hands. So my only point of finding the name is he actually led the foundation of management as a discipline. Okay, so if you read his book, he actually talks about what management is and what is the role of professionals. Somehow actually we are coming to the full circle, and he actually talks about when we are talking about professionals, managers, management, actually understanding customer is actually a primary work of a professional. So what Madam has talked about, I think somewhere during from 50s, 60s, 70s onward, we have lost actually what is the role of professionals. So in that way, I think we are coming to a full circle. And the second thing that the Trucker talked about in his book Management, he has written, is actually innovation. So again, when we are talking about entrepreneurship culture, again, innovation is at the core. That means ever-changing structure of the role that is required of the professionals in terms of understanding the not only customer but the changing role of society changes over there, policy changes over there, technological changes that is happening. So I think the example that has been shared in the journey that has been shared here actually talks about that. For example, Madam coming from paleobotany background to actually in innovation entrepreneurship is unheard of. So providing that as an opportunity is very rare. So that itself is an innovation at individual level. Your own journey, moving from one part of the world to the other part of the world, that itself. And then you have talked about becoming humble in terms of what you do. So whether it is 10 rupees of business or 5 rupees of business, you have to give value to that. And what Ashwari talked about, I think, is a very insightful. I don't know how many of you have observed. Seeing and observing. So there are two terms. So when you only see, you see as a wealth creation. So you are only worried about ROIs. But when you observe, you create values. That's what she has done. So I think somewhere understanding the values for unseen, and that's where keen observations become much more important, not only to actually establish your business organization, but also to actually establish something new. And that's where I think understanding value, even in waste, what you are doing, is very important. And that is not an easy job. So I think in that way, it is not only worth for future entrepreneurs, but also the professionals who are going to work in a business organization. So in that way, I think I will ask all of you a common question that here we have an audience, there are few who want to have their own startup, but many of them will go into the standard business organizations. Okay? And when we are talking about having an entrepreneurship culture, somewhere the standard template of organization also has to change. Somewhere that standard organizational structure of market has to also. So what are the learning normal professionals can take from startup organizations in terms of organizational culture, small things based upon experience, that actually help them in their own life when they go to, let's say, for a job even also. So if you can give your insight from that, then it will be helpful to all the audience here. It will be very good.
startup thing, do innovation. When we think of innovation in startups, what we do is actually we have to pivot everywhere wherever there is a requirement. Okay. So flexibility is the best thing that a startup provides. So in your job, when you get into a job, your first floor, maybe you have to start at a very junior role. Nobody will give you a direct management role. Even in ITC, what I've seen is when you get into ITC, first they will ask you to go to the rural management, see the local shops, see the business. Once you learn there, then you get to senior management. So what I'm saying is you have to be humble. You have to see actually how does it work. Create smaller roles, just like we do in entrepreneurship. We cannot think of, we have a huge product, we have a big goal, we have a team, but we have to break it up. In first year, MVP, year level, where I am seeing. So everywhere we have to break it up. So similar things we have to think in corporate line. Okay, first year, I have been given this role, I have to do this. Till that goal is achieved, then you can go and demand or you can expect something in your goal. You can expect some growth in your goal. So my stage is most important is humility and breaking the goal into smaller parts and then take it along with it and you will do really good in your career. Because what I have seen always in my career growth, it has been in entrepreneurship when you think of a final goal and you start working on it, sometimes you get demotivated because it is not always on the lines that you have expected. लेकिन अगर छोटे-छोटे goals रहेंगे ना, that really helps it out.
So in addition to that, I just want to say as well. So my thing is to be systematic, be innovative, and another thing is to prioritize your work. क्योंकि आपको काफी सारे काम आएगा. Even if you are a startup or you are in a job, lots of things you will see the lots of many works you want to do. But prioritize your work. कौन सा काम को पहले खत्म करना है, कौन सा थोड़ा सा हम रुक सकते हैं. And one is the thing that is I always believe teamwork. आप अकेले सब कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो. So be a good team leader. आप टीम के साथ कैसे काम करना है वो भी सीखना बहुत जरूरी है. टीम के साथ मिलके कैसे टीम वर्क कैसे करना होता है. That is you must know. And the last one I can say कि जो मैं पहले भी बोली थी कि आप always bring something up जो है कुछ initiative लेना सीखो. कुछ नया जैसे even in your startup or in your job. Some initiative, some good initiative, always try to take it. कि कुछ अच्छा ला सकते हो क्या? जो कि many times I saw in particular job I can say that people are doing whatever the bosses are saying. Okay, you have to do this thing. Okay, let me complete this. But you will do excel when you take the initiative. Be a good initiative. आप अपना initiative लेके भी काम करो और टीम वर्क के साथ क्योंकि अकेले सब कुछ खत्म नहीं कर सकते तो टीम के साथ अच्छे से कैसे काम करना चाहिए वो भी सीखो कि टीम वर्क इज ऑलवेज इन बोथ स्टार्टअप एंड इन जॉब. सो आप करके देखो. दैट इज व्हाट आई कैन. थैंक यू.
What has worked essentially then for me is just like how man said, but just know stuff. If you limit yourself ki I'm just a marketing person and I have to excel in just one field, but if at all you want to enter entrepreneurship, you really have to know how to get work done also. So if you want to get that done, you have to know other things as well. You just can't limit yourself to just one domain. That has definitely worked for me. I've done everything myself. I've built Ekatra from ground, from operations, logistics, marketing, design, everything. I've dabbed into everything. So now when my team requires any assistance, they need, I have to know what I want to get done. So that clarity has to come if you dab into those things also together.
So just my advice would be don't limit yourself to my major is this or I'm just going to be good at one thing. No stuff. Just because we're in this day and age where ChatGPT, Google has made everything possible. So keep learning on new things that are irrespective of your major also.
So thanks for sharing that insight. I think there are volunteers. I will request mic is available. You can raise your hand. So we can take 4 or 5 questions. Can anybody?
We open the floor for Q&A session. I request the students to kindly raise their hands when asking questions. Please specify the speaker's name to whom your question is addressed.
Okay, till the question, I'll have one more round of discussion. In addition to the working in your own organization in terms of startup and other things, why it is important to understand other actors also. In that way, like Madam is working with ENY and with the startup Odisha. So understanding the policy environment of the government policies. So you are working at tech industry. So understanding the educational, so you are talking about district level education is very different. So understanding those dynamics is much more important. So the concept of scaling up is very different in that context. And in your case, I think it's a very unique product, and then converting from waste and then working with community is a very unique. So beyond your startup and what is your idea that exists, why it is important to understand other actors? So how you do that, and what are the steps that is involved in that? So you can share brief insight of that.
So, it is startup another business. We, before the startup, we need to know the ecosystem properly. And when we need to know the ecosystem, we need to know the surroundings. Who are the other players? Or how is the environment? In environment is an access, means what is the market scenario you can see. And like in Odisha, you can see, that is, it is a, means, it is a very agri-focused state. So if the startup will come in agri-food sector, then definitely that will excel. There are lots of, means we have raw materials available. Means what are the type of raw materials available? Where is the technology also available? Because we have the university or OUT is there. And what is the demand? So besides that means what are the things we are going on to support the, means my primary job is to support the startups. Here in Startup Odisha, we need to formulate the policy, all the means, everything. We are the knowledge partner of Startup Odisha, everything. But when we are giving any suggestion, anything to Startup Odisha, before that we need to know the surroundings and what we put here, what type of if the investor, when we are inviting the investors, to whom we can invite, what is the, means our startups culture is here, in what stage they want the, means the ticket size, that is what are the amount of funding our startup will need, so that accordingly we can invite the investors also. So all these things we need to know, hold properly the means the marketing culture, that technology, what are the technologies available, what type of mentors are available, all these things you need to know for our startup growth. So accordingly we can also advise to startup growth. That is the
So, what I would add to it is, actually every field is very, very different, and everything that is required, all the sectors, all the things, there are many different dependencies and different ballgame. But the thing is, somewhere we can learn not many things from the other game too. So you mentioned that question. So what I mean is, now I'm from a fintech background mostly. So I got into edtech. So when I got into edtech, now when I see that there are some parallels being drawn there. For example, we do a UPI transfer or we do a check of civil score and all. There can be a parallel of something like that. A civil check will be a certificate check or something of a person which can be done at that. People are working on it. So suppose I find that you have to apply a job just with your name. There is a blockchain somewhere behind. You can do a check. It will give you all your education, all the details, everything, and it is a verified. So what my learning is, every day there is a strong parallel. So one learning is actually useful in the other. That's what I want to learn.
I don't think there are any new problems in the world now. So if you are actively engaged in a system or you explore the network well, and you understand that what is the challenge that you're dealing with, there's already that problem that exists and somebody's already drawn a solution to it. So if you do that, आपको हर कुछ क्रैक से करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. If you get into that system, that network, like recently I had some issues with closing of my SHA. I reached out to my network, I just put across a message that so and so help is required. And there were 25 people who were willing to do it because they've had a similar journey. So I saved all that trouble and time and money also because you are actively engaged in that ecosystem. So people are already, entrepreneurship, they've already had that journey, you can just take out from that. So that is one of it.
Thank you. So, if you have mic in the audience, yeah. Please raise your hand and the volunteers will be there to help.
Good evening. Good morning. I'm Smriti Joshi from XIM batch of 2325. So my question is to Aishwarya ma'am. So since I also come from a design background, it's truly inspiring to see your journey and how you have set up this whole startup. So my question is, as an urban planner, you're obviously used to different things from a macro to micro lens. So as the startup grows, the idea of scalability also comes. And the startup involves, like, especially yours, involves a lot of involvement and nitty-gritty involvement with your key stakeholders and your employees. So how do you look at balancing the scalability with your involvement with the stakeholders and taking a backseat as well? So what would be your views on that?
It's actually a good question and an insight also. But in our case, scalability definitely is a challenge, and we are working that with collaboration. So we've identified a lot of other groups like Ambuja Cement Foundation. What we do is we're solving a problem, and there are people who are creating resources who've already identified that problem, and we are providing that platform as a solution. So we are collaborating a lot with that network. As I mentioned, that Ambuja Cement Foundation, they're training more people, and we've created a platform that would give out those products. So we're actively looking out for those collaborations in terms of scalability. What was the next part of the question?
Balancing with the key stakeholders and taking a backseat as a founder. Because as you scale up, you have to wear multiple hats, right?
I think I have a long road ahead to be taking a backseat right now. I'm actively involved in all possible roles. So I am not too keen on designing that space where I have to take a backseat, but something to look, something a thought for a food for my thought also, that when will I be doing that?
Good morning. I'm Gagan Bilavatka from XIM MBA batch of 23 to 25. My question is to Manisha ma'am. Being a British Sheathing Crisp Fellow at the University of Oxford is a prestigious accomplishment. So could you please share a memorable experience or a key insight gained at your time in the university which had a lasting impact on your work?
Yes, it was like one of the best experience in my life, and I stayed there almost 5 months. There we got the opportunity not only to their classroom activities, they gave us the opportunity to interact with the University, there are 5 incubation centers. So we visited there, how they are running. So that gave me a lot of means eye-opening. Means there I saw almost all the faculty members, they have their own company as well. Every year, around 100, more than 100 investors, they came there themselves. Not their investor is not inviting them. They came themselves to invest for the different companies who are built up by the faculty members. I saw one faculty member, his background is zoology, animal science. But he has his own company and they are really good. So there is what means here in most of the cases only the engineering background students are there in that company harvest and all this. But there I saw almost all the faculty members from different background, even pure science background. They have their own company. And the culture is really rich. Culture is the rich here is that innovation. They are really that means if you the different multinational companies, they are acquiring those innovations and it has got really value. Means what are the here even in IITs people are not giving those innovations to our market. Who actually not coming to the market. There the innovations are actually going to the market. So that difference I saw. So and here I like to mention every now the setting fellowship application is open for the quiz fellowship. If anyone interested, I can help. What type of, because there are 2 steps. First you have to write 4-5 essays. Then they will shortlist around 500, more than 500, is 600 around. Then they will shortlist 6. They will down to 6. That final interview they will do. And that final interview, the person from Oxford University, they will come, they will take. So it is really tough to get, but nothing is impossible. That is what I do. But it is, I can say that it is a very, and we got a one-to-one mentor also. I got one mentor from SED Business School, and she was an excellent mentor. Still now I am in touch with her. In many times, means if I have any doubt, I just wrote her mail, and immediately she is giving reply. And it's a time, lifetime experience, I guess.
Thank you, ma'am.
First of all, good morning and thank you for spending your Sunday with us. So my question is for Shivashi sir. That sir, you had a wide expanse of time in UK and in Dubai, and we don't see a lot of NRIs who have made well in abroad come back, and especially from the luxurious life you might have lived in Dubai, and then coming and working into the villages and different districts who do not even have much of electricity. So that requires a mindset shift. So how did you do that? If you can walk us through that, the mental or emotional shift, and do you get an urge to go back to the life that you left years ago? So like 2 questions here. Thank you.
True. So the mindset thing, actually, in your life in future, many times you'll see there will be some critical junctions where you will have to take a decision whether you want to do this or that. At that time, nobody is going to advise you. Okay, and whoever advises you may not be the right advice for you. You have to think yourself. At that point of time, you'll have to balance your family, your work, your career, your personal life. At this time, I'm telling you, if you really think, meditate and think unbiased, you'll get a solution. And that's what happened in 2014-15 around. The work pressure was very, very heavy. I had some personal family issues. And along with all that, I thought that if I don't do it now, if I don't give my family the first priority, then I'm not going to do it again. So this was my time when I came back. And that time I saw that, because I wanted to do something in startups for entrepreneurs. So somewhere that played a role. I thought this is the time I have to come back. And I came back. And the thing you said, the second question. So, you know, initially when I came back, after 1 year, I started again applying for jobs. Okay. Because what happened after 1 year, I felt maybe I lost something. Should I try again? So, see, this is, I'm telling frankly, I mean, if somebody shows themselves that they completely left everything and came back and do this, do that, somewhere there is a thought behind that. Maybe I was running so well, I was having a nice car, nice house, staying just near to Burj Khalifa, so I was having a lavish life. So if I quit everything and I came back, there was lot many times I thought I'll go back. What pushed me actually was whenever I used to try a job or apply somewhere, and they came back with an offer. At that time, actually, I had put 6 months in my startup. So I asked the founder who was inviting me, I told him, when you started your company and it was 6 months old, would you have left your company to join your job back? He said, no, I won't have left. So I said, see, this is the answer. I've started my company, 6 months down the line, I'm doing okay, and I feel I can do much better in future. So now I don't want to go back. So that was somewhere, and he also understood. He gave me an open offer. Boss, anytime you feel there is an option or you feel bad, come back to me. That gives you more confidence in that, okay, let me do what I'm doing it right, and there is somebody to take care of me in this, and there is a problem. That would never happen, no problem. Once you believe in yourself, you'll never face a problem. Answer or anything? Thank you.
We can have 2 more questions. Okay. So,
good afternoon, panel. I am Surya Prakash Sastha from XIM BM batch of 23-25. It was a very nice session of all, but I have a question for Subhashis sir. As he has ventured into a lot of businesses, he has failed and he has succeeded in a lot. I had a small doubt that in future will there be any situation that a lot of businesses will be starting up many ventures and there will be little to no innovation in the white spaces, because currently we are not seeing much innovation or market disruption in the ecosystem. So what are your thoughts and what kind of more skills and mindset will be needed for current innovators to be so mindful of this?
No, I agree. Very good question. See, this is a long debate which has been going on between many people. What they say is, how would you define innovation and market disruption? Okay. So, innovation can be like the same thing being implemented in a better way. Isn't it innovation? So, that is something which is really subjective. It doesn't have to be like iPhone, आया तभी ये innovation हुआ. No, it can be something. Even after iPhone, Samsung S3 or S4 came in with the stylus or with something else. That was also innovation. Maybe it added a little bit. So what I feel, I genuinely feel is innovation and market disruption. These things, there will be many things which will come in smaller steps, because now people are more acceptable to new technology. So now with this culture, with the new generation, these things will come in, but these things, what I feel, will come in smaller steps. And it comes so slowly that we don't even understand that 5 years back, what was there has drastically changed. Was UPI there 5 to 10 years back? There was nothing. We don't even understand that now with the phone we are able to do everything without a wallet, without anything. I can do everything using my smartphone. This wasn't 6 years, 7 years back. This is innovation. So this will carry on. I'll add to it. But with all this, what I always see is, you focus on innovation, you focus on market disruption. Fine, these are the things which we want to bring a change. But all of this has to make somewhere a business sense. Many times, many founders, what they do is somewhere they feel that this is the problem. We should bring some innovative thing and solve this. But that innovation may not be actually making a business sense. Then again it will fail. It will become a success story 5 years down the line. Because then things will become easier. People will accept that thing. But immediately it will fail. So your question is very, very relevant. But my feeling is it will now take in smaller steps. It won't be like a drastic change. Thank you.
One last question.
Good morning. I am Shruti Agrawal from XIM BM batch of 23-25. My question is for open to the panel. Like as sir mentioned, Shivaji sir mentioned that he has started multiple startups and has seen failures too. And Manisha ma'am might have also seen multiple startup failures. So when do you decide to not invest any more energy, time and resources in a particular startup?
This is a very, very good question. Okay. So now the thing is, it is a formula. Okay. Your passion, your financial capability, and somewhere your what would I say, like the goal, how fine you have broken it and how much you are able to see. Somewhere it will be a joint formula. So if you start with and you get funding or you go to it, so I'll just tell it in another way. You'll have to have a stop loss. That was ये लाइन होता है मेरा, इससे नीचे अगर जाएगा, then I'll have to think of it. Maybe collaboration, maybe VC. कुछ तो अलग करना पड़ेगा या मैं I'll stop it because you cannot burn your own money indefinitely. But you are passionate. So पैशनेट के साथ ये फॉर्मूला कैसे आता है ना, पैशनेट हो गए तो ये स्टॉप लॉस आपका थोड़ा और नीचे चला जाएगा. सो यू विल फील कि मैं 2 साल पुश कर लेती हूँ बिकॉज आई फील दैट मे बी 2 साल में हो जाएगा. सो ये फॉर्मूला किसी के लिए एक सिंगल लाइन नहीं हो सकता. व्हाट आई फील इट इज अ मिक्स ऑफ ऑल ऑफ दिस थिंग्स.
So here I would like to give one example. My organization Winners Forum, you must know, I have explained. So I put my things up to next 2 years. I should means at least there should be fund where I can manage to give the good salary to my employees. At least 4-5 employees, because that is what I require to run this. Because it runs just like a virtual incubator, that's right. So that is my goal. My goal is up to 2 years I must earn good amount of money. And some funding support from the CSR fund or government fund. So that is that way everyone has to know that cannot be a fixed line. That cannot be a fixed line. So one should realize that where is my boundary is stretched.
Once again, I actually thanks all the speakers, Ashwari, Shivaji, Manisha, from XIM team, the entrepreneurship cell here, for sharing their insight, not only the professional part of it, but personal part of it, which will be helpful, I think, not only for the students who will be going to future entrepreneurs, but also the professionals who are working in different organizations to create a better entrepreneurship culture. So in that way, I think your insight will be very, very good to all the students here. Once again, thank you and over to the next team.
Thank you.
We thank the whole panel for taking out time for addressing the students and that too on a Sunday morning. We are very grateful for the enriching panel discussion. We are very sure each one of us present in the room today had something to take from this discussion. We are also thankful to Nirali ma'am and Sridhar sir for joining us today. We are also thankful to the audience to keep this session engaging and enriching for all of us. Concluding remarks for us.
Already I have shared, so I think the personal and professional experience that has been shared by them, I think is useful to students as a professional who are going to any organization for a job or to the startup environment. So I think creating a better culture where entrepreneurship or new ideas can be actually supported, that is much more important. So somebody actually shared that when it comes to entrepreneurship, we actually put a burden on an individual, which actually I think is not good. So it's not an individual work, as Madam has talked about, it's a teamwork. So somewhere individual has to be supported by all the factors that exist. And that includes professionals like you who will be going to the jobs also in different ways, either in government, market-based organization, non-governmental organizations. So I think to create a good startup environment, we require a good startup ecosystem. And in that way, all are going to provide support to some way or the other. So having sensitivity for that is much more important. So I think that has been done here by the speakers, so that is much more important, I think. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable remarks. Now we would like to call the coordinator of XIM, the entrepreneurship cell of XIM, Sivasachi Pandal, to deliver the final vote of thanks.
Hello, sir.
Hello everyone. So Party the experience has been the ongoing theme for our business conclave. Party the experience basically means sharing of experience in friends. And each year we try to bring in personalities from startup ecosystem to share their experience. And I hope this year also we are trying to continue the same legacy and educate the importance of Abida's fundamental document. I would like to start by thanking the speakers. Aishwarya ma'am, I would like to thank you came all the way from Rajasthan even during such bad weather, and I'm sure everyone connected with you here when you shared your inspiring story and your experience from Shark Tank. When you talked about how encouraging your mother was, I think we all can connect with that. Shivaji said, we met Shivaji sir during one of our pitching events. He came in as judge, and after interacting with him, my team was up to me that we have to coach Shivaji sir for our conclave. And as you can see, he has been a great, he has given so much to the conclave and added to it. The last but not least, Manisha ma'am. Manisha ma'am is the perfect blend of academic and entrepreneur. And as he said, ma'am, nobody values what we have done more than XIM. And we hope that one day we develop our incubator as well in the same line. And I would like to add here, XIM in association with ICICI and XIM, we have this program of ICICI Impact, where we incubate startups. In this month only, we are able to give grant to 10 startups of about 25 lakhs each. And we are going to continue this over twice a year, each year. And I really request you guys please find some time to mentor our local startups here. They would gain a lot from each one of you. And next, I would like to thank our faculty. Thanks a lot, Miranisha ma'am, for coming up here on a Sunday and adding to this conclave. And Sridhar sir. Sridhar sir has been continuously attached with XIM and the incubator program alongside our moderator, Satyendra Mishra sir. Satyendra Mishra sir is from New Campus. He has been continuously associated with us. Last year also he was a moderator for a museum event, and also he is part of the ICICI incubation program alongside Ramana sir. And he has been a continuous guide for us. Now, in the end, I would like to thank the administration, SEC, the placement committee, the medium PRC Illuminatics, Excellence, Russian Finance team there, and last but not the least, all my shadows here who helped me host this conclave. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Satyasriji, for addressing us. As a token of our gratitude, we would now like to honor our esteemed guests and our moderator with a memento. I request our honorable guests to accept this as a token of a delight and respect. being present here today. I request the speakers to kindly stay back for a group photo. The batch can start leaving from the last row in an orderly manner. Thank you, one and all. Stay back for the photograph as well.